Are you playing in a fantasy football league for the very first time and don't even know where to begin? Well, don't worry, this video will show you everything you need to know to get started. This video is for people who have never played in a fantasy football league before and would like to know the ins and outs of actually playing in a fantasy football league. Most drafts are held closer to the league season. That'd be either in August or the first week of September. Leagues are normally compiled of anywhere between 10 to 12 members. The first thing you should do after getting into a league is to choose your team name. After that, you need to familiarize yourself with the league rules. The two most common types of leagues you can be in is standard and PPR. Now there are other types of leagues such as keeper or dynasty, but we will save that information for another video. You need to familiarize yourself with the rules of your league because not all leagues are the same. For example, some leagues award a quarterback throwing a touchdown 4 points and some award them 6 points. Standard leagues do not award a running back, wide receiver, or tight end a point for a reception, but a PPR, points per reception league, awards them either half a point or a full point based on the league rules. Players will be awarded 1 point for every 20 to 25 yards passing and 1 point for every 10 yards receiving or rushing. Defenses will be awarded for making plays as well. If a defense gets a sack or interception, that's 2 points. If they get a touchdown, then that's 6 points. You are also able to lose points. If the player throws an interception, that's negative 2 points. And if your player loses a fumble, that's also negative 2 points. After this, you'll be ready to draft. Every member takes turns drafting real-life players and will earn points during the regular season based on the stats they accumulate within the game. As we look at your roster, it will consist of starters and bench spots. Most lineups use 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and a defense. A flex position means it is flexible, and you can plug either a running back, wide receiver, or tight end in this spot. Each week you select players into your starting lineup, and those players are locked in place once their prospective game begins for that week. You cannot place a player that was left on your bench into your starting lineup if that player's weekly game has already started. Only the players in your starting lineup will accumulate points for your total each week. If players score points on your bench, they do not count. You receive points for stats that players accumulate in their games, such as yards and touchdowns, which means if they're having a good game in an actual game, then you're going to be having a good game in your fantasy team. With all of this information, you know the basis of playing in a fantasy football league. For more information on how to prepare and dominate your league, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.